is a beautiful lie that we were told when we were much younger. What is that? If love is truly real, true love, real love, then it must be effortless. It must always be, it must always be roses, and it will have to last forever. There comes a point in our life, my fascinating Renaissance friends. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in our youth. It happens in the season of life. Okay, that we stop rushing for answers. Instant answers, instant what? Instant scripts, instant what quotes. But we sit quietly to formulate better questions. And this is the channel where there's space for that kind of conversations. Okay, here we will talk about, discuss, reflect what life really is. It's complex, it's beautiful, it's unfinished, meaning it keeps on evolving. Okay, just like us, we keep on, evolving. And this is not because we would like to insist on how people should be living their lives. No, it is just saying that we, sit down quietly and really reflect on how life is unfolding for us so we become wiser. So, welcome, my fascinating Renaissance friends, to my season of life, 60 years and beyond. And this is your life coach, Miss Malu Cervantes, also your mentor, also your, fellow sojourner, navigating, how to live this autumn of our lives, La Dolce Vita. So, welcome to episode 165. Okay, so okay, let's talk about the 5 stages of a relationship, of a romantic relationship. After all, okay, when we talk about February, we somehow always focuses on the love between a man, okay, between two people in love, okay, between two people in love. Now, there are 5 stages that a romantic relationship, go through. If we do not know what each stage represents, that would be the difference between, a short-lived life story. Maybe, I would read, well, this is Hollywood, of course. I would read real stories of couples, getting married today. Okay, 2 weeks later they divorce. Said, huh? Okay, or really intense, very public, love story, and it will only end after 3, 4 months. But there are also enduring marriages, even among Hollywood, celebrities enduring for 25 years, 30 years, 35 years, 50 years. There must be something there. Okay, so well, just like our relationship, it's 42 years. Yeah, it is 42 years. In fact, last September, remember, is anniversary month. So we talk about what makes a relationship endure and what makes relationships break. We talk about that, huh? So you may want to review our September series, for that. Maybe it's to dovetail here. Okay, let's begin. Stage 1. Psychologists call it infatuation or the spark. That's how it starts. Okay, two people meet, there's chemistry. There's electricity. For some reason, they're able to talk for hours. Okay, time passes by. Saying goodbye, then texting each other after 3 hours of dinner and all. That's infatuation. What happens in infatuation? It is now, the neurotransmitters again flooding the brain. So we just see the person. We forget everything else, whether they have flaws or not. So this stage, there's one description for this is excitement. Okay. So exactly, this is what people in relationships for longer periods desperately seek. They want to get that kind of adrenaline, that kind of feeling, the first kiss is electricity, the first embrace, when you see the other person picking you up, for a dinner date, there is this, you cannot explain the feeling of excitement. Problem is, this is not real love. This is an invitation to love, but not yet love. So, what's the wisdom behind it? We never make long term decisions based on temporary surge of chemicals. Okay? That is a recipe for disaster. I am reminded, I still remember their names, though. They're Hollywood celebrities. But I won't mention, I think I will not mention their names, okay? But they were, I think, married for 25 years. No third parties, no problems, at least not in the tabloids. But then, they decided to divorce. Not because they do not love each other, not because they hate each other. No. In fact, they divorced, but they still continue, to love, respect each other, protect each other. Okay, and the man still doesn't have a new lady love. I think the woman is seeing somebody. Their children are all grown up. You ask yourself, why did they divorce? This is the statement from both of them. There is no more fire in our relationship. No more fire. So they have decided to go their separate ways. But they do love each other and respect each other. There is just no more fire. Exactly what stage one is talking about. Okay, they want the feelings and the experience and the excitement of stage one. But stage one is just stage one. Okay? It is not meant to last because you will now have to go to the second stage. The second stage is what psychologists call the honeymoon stage. Okay, here, the key word here is closeness, affection, meaning, there's still romance, but now, the getting to know you, you begin to see, you begin to seek closeness, right? You begin to seek affection and sharing of lives. You begin to tell stories. You begin to find out the similarities, the differences, etc. Okay, so it's a lot less intense, but it's still beautiful. Now, it doesn't stay there, forever because it goes to the third level. The third level is called the awakening. Other term for that, disillusionment. That's the third stage. You see, this is a very difficult stage. Okay, disillusionment, the awakening, meaning, keyword here is reality check. The flaws that you didn't see in stage one because you were just about feelings. And, that is not quite visible in stage two because all you want is being together, spending time together. This time, it becomes more visible. The quirks, the different ways, maybe irritating ways. Sometimes you get ignored, and then you begin to ask, "Are we compatible?" See, because he's just so different. Okay, this is the most dangerous stage. You know why? Because if we cannot transcend this stage, we will never get to the next two stages, which is really very, very critical. That's why it ends. Okay? Now, disillusionment feels disappointment. Like maybe he's not the person that I thought he was, that he is. I really thought this is the love that's gonna last forever. You have your doubts, you have this. Well, disillusionment is not disappointment. It is actually clarity because you're being asked, all right? Especially conflicts, because the differences have become more visible and more obvious. If you are able to handle those conflicts, then you will transcend it. Okay? That's where these long-lasting relationships, the meaningful ones, stay. What's the fourth stage? The fourth stage is what we call the mature love. Mature love. Okay. So here you still have romance, but love is now based on acceptance. It is based on chosen meaning. I know the bad parts of you. I don't like this. You're not perfect, neither am I. We have conflicts, etc. And yet, I chose to stay because there are certain alignments. I will accept the dark side because the beautiful side is a lot more. See, acceptance. You choose to stay despite knowing everything. Okay, so now it focuses on character, not just on excitement. That's stage four. So you cross over from stage three to stage four. Okay? Just accept that. You're not trying to change each other. You're trying to see the beauty of the differences. Okay? Like I'm a very organized, structured person. My husband is a free spirit, very spontaneous, being spontaneous, very artistic. Me, yes. But instead of being irritated, we just admire that part of us, and sometimes it helps in the relationship. Okay, so balance. So now automatically, if you reach that, then you go to stage five, which is the stable love, deep bond. Okay, this is love seasoned by time. So the fluttering, the palpitation, the excitement, may not be the same, but the depth, so deep the bond. Okay, so now you will see, them with gray hairs, still holding hands, still dancing in the rain. Okay, they're not as sexy as they used to be. They are not as strong, meaning, okay, they walk slower, etc. But the love is so deep that you can almost feel that, and that's what everybody wants, is the the everlasting love on planet Earth. Okay, because they will both die. All right. So if love doesn't feel this way, like if your love or your relationship is not doesn't feel the same way as stage one, do not panic. Okay, because love undergoes evolution, like seasons of life. So ask yourself, where are you? The toughest stage is stage three. You need to cross over. If you're stage four and five, well, you're destined to be together. All right. If this channel, if what we have discussed, reflect also what you feel and what you want in your life, let's continue the conversation. Right? And that in the next episodes, we will find out more. You know what a lived life really is, not really based on fantasy, so that love can continue to endure. Okay, until then, may you continue to age gracefully, wisely, and elegantly. So this is your fellow sojourner. This is your life coach, and this is your partner in this season of our life. Okay, saying goodbye.